Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by the Epic Speed Driver from Callaway.
Rich Lerner alongside PGA Tour winner Brandel Chambly. Day one of the FedEx Cup finale in this supersized season. 50 events, 6 major championships plus the players. It's Patrick Cantlay leading by 2. That's right where he started the day. But look who's made a nice little move here, Jon Rahm.
You know, it's interesting as the year, some 50-odd tournaments comes to a close, and what a year it's been. I'd say Player of the Year is still up for grabs. It's certainly not definitive, and it's hard to believe that Jon Rahm, with just 1 win, although a major championship, the U.S. Open, I think is in the pole position for Player of the Year. He has 14 top 10s. Nobody else is in double digits. Leads the tour in strokes gained total, leads the tour in scoring average, and may well, in 3 days hence, walk away with the Tour Championship and the FedEx Cup, which I think would solidify his position as Player of the Year.
Brooks Koepka, you see at 5 under par, likely is not going to win the overall FedEx Cup title, though he did play well today with 367. Certainly he's been at the center of the most talked about story in the sport over the last couple of months, this back and forth with Bryson DeChambeau. Brooks Koepka, after his round, was asked about unruly fan behavior.
I mean, I get it. You know, everybody's trying to be as respectful as you can. You know, between me, the fans, everybody, you know, try to live their life like that. So I think we all can do a better job. But at the same time, it's fun.
Have you noticed an deterioration in fan behavior toward you and other people outside of the Bryson issue in the last few years? Do you think it's gotten worse overall, quote unquote worse?
I haven't seen it too much. I mean, when you're out there, you can hear everything. So everybody's been called something or said something they didn't like, and I mean, that's sports. I think, you know, it's not a sport if you got people cheering for you and against you. It's kind of difficult to call it a sport, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I think there comes a time and place, I think, where you can see fan behavior get a little excessive. You kind of see it in the NBA a little bit, maybe out here as well. But you know, like I said, everybody try to be as respectful as you can. Me, the players, everybody, the fans, everybody could use a little bit more respect.
What's been your personal approach to it? Do you just ignore it? If you hear something negative about yourself, do you completely ignore it? Do you ever go back and forth with people a little bit? How do you handle it? How do you process it?
If I got something smart to say, I'll say it. But I mean, most of the time I don't give them the time of day. I mean, I hear everything. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm so focused on what I got to do. And let's be honest, most of them wouldn't say that stuff if they were in the street right next to me. So, and I know that. But you put a rope in between us, and they think it's going to protect them.
Do you worry? You mentioned there's a rope in between you. Do you worry that one day the rope won't be enough if we have a bad situation? Because you mentioned it's kind of only.
No, I just think they think of it as confidence. You know, they're behind the rope, so they can kind of say whatever they want. But I haven't seen it where anybody's really. I mean, yeah, you get the occasional person, but I mean, that's in every sport. You know, somebody running on the court, somebody running on the field, somebody running on the course. It happens, but you know, somebody just trying to show off for the friends.
What did you think of what you heard right there?
The crassness of fan behavior has been on the decay for, you know, a long time, and I'm sure social scientists could pop up a chart of social media and plot a course of all the appropriate aspects of inappropriate behavior, and they would run neck and neck with social media. You add to that, I think, the effort to grow the game, which means bringing other sports-minded people to the game, and they bring those biases and preferences and attitudes, mores to the game of golf, which has a history of decorum and respect and quiet. Those are not like other sports. But if we want to grow the game, if we truly do want to grow the game and bring other people, younger people, into the game who are coming from sports that don't have those same traditions, these are called growing pains. Now, to what extent you could draw a line in the sand, I think when they become disruptive of a player when he's standing over a shot, targeting a player out repeatedly and harassing them, then I think the PGA Tour is doing the right thing when they draw the line in the sand and have a complete lack of tolerance for that. But beyond that, the rowdy nature after shots have hit of applauding and booing even, is something that golf fans are just going to have to get used to. You know, if these people come out there and they've got bets, and that's the way this game is going.
No question.
And they lose, they boo. That's the nature of the game. That's the nature of sport. It's not the nature of golf, but it's the nature of sport. It's the nature of the betting game. And we've invited that into the sport. Yeah. So that's coming.
Now, the PGA Tour has done this with intention, with the gambling, asking its members, the players, to become more engaged with fans via social media. There's, I believe it's a $40 million bonus. So we won't know who the winners are, but they call it a player impact program, you know, using various metrics and how well the players connect with fans. All of that is being pushed, so the PGA Tour is going to have to manage this going forward, and it's going to get, to your point, it's going to be messy at times.
It's a bit of a Pandora's box. There are some players that are marvelous with social media. Phil Mickelson is fantastic. Max Homa, fantastic on social media. Eddie Pepperell is terrific. Yeah. On social media, although Eddie Pepperell doesn't play on the PGA Tour, he's still magnificent on it. There are plenty of players that use it well. It's unfortunate that, and I think if Brooks had the opportunity, he would take back the post where he encouraged people to go out and harass Bryson DeChambeau. I think that was fuel to the fire as it relates to the heckling of Bryson DeChambeau, who has, for the most part, handled this with a lot of class and has managed to play great golf throughout all of it. Another
guy who's taken his share of heat from the fans is Patrick Reed through the years. Reed returning to the Tour Championship after having dealt with double pneumonia was scary. Reed, after his round of 2 over 72, was asked if at any point he or his doctors felt that he was in grave danger.
First couple days, they were sitting there telling me that, you know, make sure you text your family quite a bit, talk to your family, because you just don't know. You know, I mean, this is not good. We're not in a good spot right now. And, you know, and with how the hospitals are these days, because of COVID and everything that's going on, it doesn't matter what's going on. They won't allow people in there. So it's only you in there. So I'm sitting there, and those first 2 days, only thing I was going through my mind is, you know, I'm not going to be able to tell my kids goodbye. Not going to be able, you know, tell them I love them. Not going to be able to tell my wife, you know, that I love her and give her a hug. I mean,
so even Justine couldn't come in?
No one. And so that you know, it definitely puts you in a dark space when you're in there, especially those first 2 days. But, you know, I'm so happy to have such an amazing team and such amazing doctors that were working with me to get me through it, and you know, to get me working on the right direction on the way up, and to think that I'm able to be here and play and really, you know, feel like today really felt okay. I mean, it's a little frustrating not having the speed, not being able to hit the shots and really feel certain things quite yet. But I mean, hey, I took a ton of time off. I was battling for my life. I was in the hospital, and the good thing is now I can, you know, now I can hit the ground running, hopefully.
And maybe make a case, Brandel, for the upcoming Ryder Cup. What do you think?
I think you could definitely make a case. I wouldn't want to go to the Ryder Cup without him on the team. You know, arguably the best putter in the game, great around the greens, perfect for match play.
Right, headed to day 2 at East Lake in the FedEx Cup finale, the Tour Championship.